Today we lucked out. We didn't have hardly a drop of rain here on the beach. It's a nice, mostly sunny afternoon. Take a look at the pictures. I took these around lunchtime. A breeze from the east to 10 to 15 miles an hour. So we did have some rip current risk, a minor risk to yellow flags and flag. Also the purple flags because of dangerous sea life, including the man-o-war jellyfish. And then we did see some showers pop up primarily though inland, west of 95. We tend to see these in this kind of situation from Lake Okeechobee. You can see the radar right now all the way down to the Everglades. A lot of this rain fell where very few, if any, people live, mostly over the Gators in the Everglades. As far as what we have going ahead, even if 92L doesn't develop, and we don't think it will, the odds for the next 2 days, 10%, 5 days, 30% from the Hurricane Center. This trough is going to migrate in, and we're going to have a front dropping down over the weekend. So the combination, along with a very juicy environment, will lead to potentially a half a foot of rain in some areas like between now and Saturday and Sunday. So be on the lookout for some ponding, some urban flooding, some street flooding here in South Florida. But none of the other worries we often deal with. And remember, 25 years ago, we were watching Hurricane Andrew, and we know what happened there. Nothing on the radar like that for South Florida right now. Thank goodness. Mike?
All right. Mike, thank you very much for the report. Dr. Rick Knapp joining us again to talk a little bit more about what's going on with ex-Harvey, soon to be Harvey maybe again, and it's unfortunately now, Dr. Knapp, headed toward the U.S.
Now, almost a certainty for this to become a depression or a storm, maybe even a hurricane again. It will be Harvey again as it taps into that warm water over the Gulf of Mexico. It's coming off land now. Look at the northwestern Gulf there. See that spin off of Texas? That's an upper level low. What's going to become Harvey again is down to the south, coming off of Yucatan, and we'll look at that in the visible imagery as the sun goes down. Just off the northwestern tip of Yucatan, that's where the low pressure center at low levels is starting to take shape and come off over water. So I don't know if it's going to be tomorrow or Thursday, but this is a depression or storm again. But in any case, the Hurricane Center could issue advisories on a potential tropical cyclone even before that, really any time now, because we're getting closer to that 48-hour time window for potentially the arrival of winds of tropical storm force somewhere on land in northeastern Mexico or in Texas. So don't be surprised if we get advisories on a potential tropical cyclone or a depression or a storm. But those advisories are coming, but more importantly, the rainfall is coming.
Right, and this is one thing you've really harped on. Yes, the winds could pick up, but it's almost a foregone conclusion at this point that flooding rain is in the forecast.
Yes, and the reason for that is once it gets to about this location near the Texas-Mexico border on about Friday, which is what the European model shows, and similarly the GFS model, after it gets to around that area on Friday, then it's probably going to slow down through the weekend and into early next week. So we could have a prolonged, very heavy rainfall event, potentially life-threatening flooding, coastal areas and inland portions of southern and eastern Texas. So just because we don't know exactly where the bullseyes are going to form, you see from both of these model depictions that Houston, San Antonio, deep south Texas, everywhere in between, coastal inland could be dealing with many, many inches of rainfall and potentially deadly flooding.
Dr. Edgar, one quick question. Someone's asking about Houston this evening. We got this up on Twitter. Justin asking, planning a trip to Houston Friday, should be thinking about canceling?
It depends on what you have in terms of plans for dealing with a storm with very heavy rainfall, potentially deadly flooding. If you don't want to deal with that, don't go. If you got a plan to deal with that, get in early on Friday.
Yeah, thank you for your questions. For all of us here, Brother Underground, thank you for watching. Remember, together we know more. See you tomorrow.